Ziggity zig, back with more Tales from the Ladders, a game sent in by RuSH of Tech 1, there we go, and he's playing up against Master here on Nimbus LE. I'm not sure if I've been placed in the new season or not yet. Have they made a new season? I don't even know what's going on, but that was one where they were voting on some new ones, and Metalopolis was in the running, and I thought to myself, well, we're back to those ones. Although I think Antigua Shipyard was also in the running, and the Antigua Shipyard is one. Oh no, this is one of the newer ones because it has this reverse ramp, and these cool little rocks and a piece of plates down here at the bottom. So TVP, gonna find out what RuSH is going to do as his main maneuver here, and he's actually going to go out and I thought he was going to go out for a proxy, but no. RuSH is pretty stand up. He doesn't do a whole lot of rushes, which is kind of odd. Maybe it's all just one giant mind game, or it's the fact that RuSH doesn't send me any replays with some mind games in them. But if I do recall, in the show match versus Griff, and even the one versus myself, I don't recall too many rushes. He just comes in excellent time. He's got a really good handle on the game as far as timings go, so that's pretty much what he uses to his advantage. Now, we're probably going to see these barracks squeeze in just there, and then he's properly protected from any kind of, I don't know, cannon rush? Something? No idea where the opponent is at the moment. That's 175 minerals. Is it going to be Supply Depot Command Center first? CC first? Yes, because he can protect it. As far as he knows, there's still kind of a sizable gap up there that a barracks will fit in, but he's getting really lucky based on the fact that looks like Master is going to go straight across and then go a little further from there. So we're up to 300 and 400. Boom. CC first is going to be the build. Now, meantime, over on Master's side of things, we got a 1 gas after the gateway, so just a 14 gas, not the 15 gas. I'm looking for a single gas. That's kind of interesting. So it could be just a basic 4-gate, but usually if you're going to do anything kind of Stargate related or early Colossus or some kind of tech run, then, I mean, even if you want to get an early mothership core, you need those 2 gas. It's almost imperative to get at least 2 gas. Now, RuSH is going to get really lucky here because the first base that he scouts is going to be Master's base. So he's going to get a scout of Master's base, and Master is still over here looking at the second attempt. Didn't find him up in the top right corner. He's not going to check the top left-hand corner, never once guessing that he's just over there to the southeast. Technically directly to the east as far as Nexus to Command Center go, except for this one, which is like a little bit south. Anyway, so RuSH is having a good peek over here, sees Command Center, seems no chicanery, no doodle drums, and looks like, yep, Master is doing the exact same thing, and in fact, RuSH has enough to get a third Command Center on the way, so this could be a huge macro game, or he's just going to go on for full on 2 orbital commands both at once. Is kind of curious. He's just trying to decide what he's going to do there as far as possible. Planetary forces probably not. So RuSH does see 100% of the bases just up over there, and it's actually doing really well as far as income because he's he's still a little bit down. But once we get into the YOLO mules, we should be doing just fine. RuSH keeping his SCV kind of close over here towards where he can put in any kind of buildings and maybe do some sort of proxy building play, maybe put a couple of the barracks there, but it does look like the 3 barracks are being put inside of the base. This one is just going to stay over here for security's sake, so if anything comes out, the SCV can sort of just give it clever witticisms and enthusiastic support. You're just going to sit down here and be all like, rah, rah, sis boom, never mind, I'm going over here. Okay, so totally put a hitch in my story. Fine, I don't care. Fine. Pretty good scout coming out right here from Master. Going to be the speed of a stalker, whereas the air of the mothership core. So he is going to be able to see actually in 2 ways at once, and he should be able to escape both ways because I doubt RuSH would have anything that could shoot this out of the sky. But he is going to wander in and actually attack on both fronts. Now this stalker is going to get shot at by these Marines, but he did manage to distract him with the mothership core. And so the Marine's going to move up again, and then that's going to give this stalker a little bit of a chance to do a little bit of a pick off, and it's really not going to amount too much. And meanwhile, see, there you go. So the mothership core does manage to retreat by air because what I was saying earlier is that RuSH will have no chance. Well, not really no chance, but probably a very limited opportunity for getting very early Stargate play and having the Vikings able or even missile turrets ready. And I don't even see. Do we have the engineering bay up? Yeah, that's probably probably what that is. There it is, a half-done engineering bay. So really what you want to do is separate, there you go, and you got the Marauders sitting down here at the front, and then get a couple of Marines just up here to protect against this Mothership Core. We're just going to come in again! The Stalkers are sort of hanging out over here, and honestly, I think, yeah, there's the, oh no, it's just the Robotics Bay. So it's Colossus. I thought maybe Blink was on the way, and he'd be able to blink up in here, and this Mothership Core now has 5 kills. Yes, that's true, it's 5. RuSH moving his SCVs back into play just at the same time to almost bait out this Mothership Core, but it's just not going to quite be enough. The Mothership Core does escape out of the way, and then it seems to be moving a little bit faster than normal. Maybe just had its rocket boots on. You just got to get yourself all prepared. Meantime, back over here in the base, we got the robotics facility, and we are, Master's also working on a, now where was it? I did see the, what I like to call the Colossus Den? Colossus Ben? Yes, Colossus Ben. Happy birthday V. If anyone gets that joke, you are old and obscure, just like me. If you have a look over the income tab now, they're actually still about on pace. RuSH is only up with a little bit of an advantage just because he has the YOLO Mules. I don't know why I still call them that, but I do. This Messenger is just going to finish in time. There it is. And Master was trying to pick that off, but he did not yet. He didn't get a focus fire down on the SCV in order to stop that engineering evade from completing. That would have been pretty tight had he been able to pick that off, but just does not seem to be in the cards. The army supply is pretty low on both counts. In fact, actually, no, it just expanded about twofold for Master, but it's pretty low size armor for where we are in the game, but it is kind of a macro-heavy game. So now we just see the two players working on the different buildings, and it looks like it's going to be, oh, there's the starport, so we got one factory and all barracks, so it is going to be a bit of a push where he's just going to try to move in with the basic bio units, and this Stalker is running away from the basic bio units because if you're only one Stalker, that's what you run from. If you're like 20 Stalkers and backed up by Void Ray Colossus, then you don't run so much from bio. So we got one Colossus right now. I don't think they have extended thermal lance, but I could be wrong. Where was that Colossus Bay? It is down here, extended thermal lances. Well, perhaps completed. Let's take a look at the upgrades. No! Extended thermal lance is not completed. You can just check over on that item on the screen. This is what a person would do. Oh, but we got two Colossus on their way in. It doesn't look like the army supplies are pretty even, but there is the time warp, and yep, there we go. RuSH deciding that, okay, I'm going to stim out of there because time warp, screw everything. However, with the medevacs on the way, the medevacs should be pointed back in the same direction, and now Master's actually trying to push this advantage, which seems like kind of a poor idea right now, because really, this could just be an advanced party and you don't really know what you're headed into. So where is the, there's this one observer right now, because if you look at Master right now, he still doesn't really know what the tech is going on in here, whereas RuSH has a decent idea as to what he's up against, because he did come in and see that on the front line, since nothing has come into his base yet, and he does have the defensive missile turret, then this is really all that Master has got, and so all he has to do is have a few more units, and perhaps, oh, he got a little bit of mouse tongue tied, trying to get all of his units all moving together as one, and then just happened to decide to toss them all into medevac when he didn't actually mean to. Third base on the way right now for Master, taking the second expansion down here in the closest form. I probably would have chosen to go up here to stay kind of away from where the direct line of attack is here from RuSH, where really there's nothing stopping him from just amassing all of his units right over here, except for the fact that Master is going to amass all of his units just in behind it to protect it and not... So what this protection is right here is it's in behind it, so if a huge enough army comes in, then you can run away, but if a tiny army comes in, then you can squish it, so it does give you a few options. Now comes the time where Master's going to use the hallucinated Phoenix and does see, aha, that was really excellent timing there, so he does, except he does not utilize the Phoenix to continue on to look for the, and get a scout, and not seeing his double engineering base, probably seeing an army for a couple of air upgrades, I would say, but right now RuSH's army supply is quite a bit higher, possibly, there we go, it's mostly just the Vikings. For some reason I looked at the Vikings and I saw medevacs, but the really exciting bit here is that now Master is sitting right on top of the observer's sitting right there. Oh my god, poor RuSH. Oh yeah, RuSH didn't see that. But Master is going to engage this battle, and he just does not quite have the units that he'd want to have in order to engage this. So really, it's getting up some pretty nice force fields there, and that's going to help chew up these bio units on the front half of the force field. But really, what needs to happen is Master just number of more units, and just, oh, something else behind this, but now, yeah, with the meta, just with a single medevac in behind there, the Vikings are coming in quite a lot of damage, and oh man, that's just, yeah, that's super sound there. The medevac still survives, and it's pretty much all just with Marauders, and the Marauders did quite a number against them because they were tanky enough to deal with anything that was coming their way, and then the Vikings walked in and cleaned up the Colossus, and that was pretty soundly handled. It's just 1-1 on each side. It's combat shield, guts and shells, and stim there for RuSH. Just got a couple of upgrades, and then just came for a peek. Saw he didn't have enough, wandered back out. Master came in for a peek. He crossed over, and then had a little bit of a skirmish. Saw it the whole way. Master's been working on a couple of Archons. Let's see what RuSH is going to use up against these. Probably just try to take out these Zealots, who I don't think are charge bots. No, they don't appear to be charge bots yet. Oh, they are charge bots. They're just grab charge bots. They just keep going. They didn't keep running all that fast. Perhaps they're just kind of, maybe they're on a break. Maybe they do enough cardio. There they go. Now they start moving. All right, these guys have done their yoga. I don't know how to anymore. They're Pilates. They're Kegels. Zealots doing Kegels. That's our new plan name. Zealots doing Kegels. These Archons are starting to chew in after against these Marauders. Marauders are just so beefy and really focus firing down these drop ships might be the best way to go about things. Master's just trying to keep in this game by getting a couple more of the charge lots out there, and actually that did do quite a bit of damage, but the army supply is still absolutely enormous. Preventing the third base, taking a third base, and now taking a fourth base on his own is what RuSH is going to do next. And now he's just trying to regroup up here in the center, maybe? Okay, I thought maybe he was just going to start looking for ninja expands. But speaking of ninja expands, here comes Master. Master's going to come up here and finally take the clever one. This is the way you want to go. I mean, RuSH did move forward, but he took this, this forward base was the one that was actually the most protected, and then put up the missile turret, and now he's slowly expanding away from it. RuSH does see this other one here, and this needs to get cancelled. There it is. It's canceled from Master, so RuSH does still have this enormous army. The worker supply is pretty heavy, but now it's going to be the Doom Drop. Oh, I love watching Doom Drops when they're not happening to me, but actually that was a couple of... Is that some attacks, I think? Can't fully tell, but... yeah, I thought I saw some feedback when they turned into some Archons, so I guess Master was pretty prepared for this one, where he saw the Doom Drop on this way in, and now that these dropships don't really have any energy whatsoever. I mean, they have just barely enough, but with the amount of units right now, coming in here, but up against the Archons, the Marauders are going to have to pick it up, and there's another whooping right there for Master, and he is holding this off, despite the fact that he's using just one base, and pretty much getting stopped. There is one dropship that is just holding on to a number of dudes, and he's trying to offload them, trying to get them out of the dropship, but they just don't want to come out. They do not want to climb down the ladder. They do not want to run into the spray. But now that there are enough Marauders, they say, oh yeah, totally. This is a game of bullying, where you just say, do we have more bullies than he does? Do we have more bullies? Okay, let's go bully him again. Let's go at it. Oh yeah, we're total bullies. Oh god, he's big. They've got some big... Their dudes are bigger than our dudes. Let's run away and we'll stop talking so much smack. But now, what we also have in behind this is some Widow Mines. So if we bait everybody into the Widow Mines, nope, not getting baited right there. Looking for another scan is RuSH to try to check for observers, just in case he's running these Widow Mines right into Observer Country, and they will not last all that long against these Archons in Observer Country. So right now, here comes the boom! Here comes the boom. The Widow Mines picking off a couple of Zealots just there, but up against these Archons, there's not really much else that can be going on. There's a couple of Templar behind there, but I don't know if Storm's going to come down right now. I think he only researched feedback. Let's check that one more time. No, that's Storm as well. So maybe a couple of well-placed Storms are going to happen right here on this top. So he needs to stop engaging with these Archon things, but he is losing a lot of his base right now, realizing that it's not going to pay off to do the wait-and-see drive. But now he just needs to get into Storms. Where's the Storms? Storm. There's one Storm. There's two Storms. There's three Storms. That's a number of them all dying just there, but the army supply is still absolutely huge, still trickling through. Four base Terran wandering in through here, and that gets rid of just about all the Archons except for one. If you look at the units tab, it is, it's one Zealot, one Archon, and that is GG. Whew! Kind of an intense game. May not have caught up to everything that was going on, but that was a game sent in by RuSH, who I forgot to check. I think he's in the high diamonds right now. Leave me a comment down below. Send me an email, ziggityzig@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter at ziggityzig. If you've got a funny, interesting, crunkalicious replay, you can send it in to me, and I will have it up here on Tales from the Ladder, which I just like saying in that direction. Yes, Stay tuned.